First, basically, I want to introduce open sense, open sense only. I don't make open sense only, but open sense motor or dash motor, open sense or for sensor preservation. Dash motor basically it's basically sensor preservation. What is open sense? Open sense has split it two for now, but open sense you get open sense what? Tomology and open sense topology. But you get the parameter of open sense, which is the open sense model. Open sense tomology. Tomography, sorry. Area bound, basically, what is inside you? You inside. Open your senses, how your senses are on the inside. But that's what I'm saying, you get the senses innate. Open sensory stuff. GitHub.com/OBINexus. OBINexus open sense dash 8 unit 8 basically that's 8 unit basically that's the 8 times 8 matrix but it's sparse. You get 8 plus 8 16. 8 times 8 is 64 8 times 8 8 times 8 is 64 but you get 64 times 16. 8 plus 64 plus 16 is what? 8 unit 8 80 human rights but you got that because I'm bipolar, I'm tripolar, so that facilitates. But because I have tripolar, I get that so you get to remember, you touch yourself, your hands, rub it, you feel it, that's one sense you have to recover the full world around you, your computer. If you break your half hand, that's one sense. Your eyes, you have eyes, I'm seeing you, I'm seeing you, I'm seeing you, I'm seeing you. No, I'm not. Basically for the children. It's for the children, literally. It's for everyone and anyone, but your nose, like a zombie. For the your skin, like your touch, like it's touching you like a trace. Your lips are your lips are one dimensional sense, but I'll comment earlier. But I've got my notes here. This is going to go to this video, but I'm gonna miss one of this time. Clock 45 minutes, so literally just annoying me. Bless this. But usually I can't do that. Basically, this is a picture I want to show you. You get eyes, nose, touch, taste. What do I have this afternoon? I have what? Porridge, boring porridge. But it's Friday. Basically, it's good enough for me because winter, but it's not enough. I got to restock my porridge, which is very bad for money. Which was the next point. 8 senses. That's 5 senses so far. 6 senses. One, my intake of this information from me. Not just my eyes seeing this, but the 6 senses is very important because that's what I'm seeing right now in this photo. A man with a child, a man with a mother, because they can mean anything to me. So this is a man on a kayak with a mother, or it can be a grandma, I don't really know. But I'm assuming in the best case it's a mother, old mother, grandma in the worst case. This is a man in the best case, man my age, 24 or 30s, 32, because you meet 30s, really. You get information for the things you actually see. I'm touching my laptop, but I can't touch this now. Basically, this is why open sense matters. I can't touch this environment, but I'm trying to really just create dimensions of tomography. This. For example, if you have a touchpad, and touchpad is like a trackpad, literally, I want you guys to be using your trackpad as a touchpad. Literally, the trackpad, all the same thing. Because open sense covers all of that tomographically layers. Literally, you have to cover all of them. Because open sense, well, what's my notes? Yeah. Open sense is like this is just the term. Open sense is sensory preservation. But based on inverse IK, basically what you can action, based on what you can do. This is one of our the inverse kinematic principles. Basically anything that I'm bound to test is IK, so it relates to you. Which was my to another point. So look at all of this is here. But so you get this kind of photo, this kind of one up. But what's going on? You guys have a big that's 7 metrics. Like get the 7 metrics. This is relay, relay is like your speech, how you process information. Basically, I'm on the I'm ADHD, so I have Asperger's and ADHD, but I have I have double the space for every time you say something to me. So basically, every time you say something, I can't get what you mean. You're speaking so fast that I can't even process it literally. Because I can store information, so I need to process them. People that I'm the good one. I have the good ADHD. People that are on the polar opposite have all the time to process information, but literally just can't do it when it comes to the time to actually can do it because they don't have the time. Basically, they work in a house. Basically, that's what ADHD. But you get to access of ADHD. People that are type 2, I'm type 1. But I'm Asperger's too. But I think I'm Asperger's type 1 too because I have all the time. Basically, ADHD and Asperger's are related. But Asperger's is like when I have too much sensory information. Sexually violent. So Asperger's is like people with foam in their mouth, but people that have spasms, like a multispasm, foam coming out. I'm talking about when it's speed to them, and we all play loud music. But they have all the time, and too much time actually. You can't even because they're overwhelmed by the senses. But literally, I'm on the way. I'm busy. I can't even get it. I can't tell what I mean. Literally, because I am just polar. I'm the same one. My AG and the polar work together. That's what you gotta do. It doesn't mean you're bad at it. It just means you have to align with your body. Basically, ADG, Asperger's, learning disability, bipolar. I'm bipolar. I'm tripolar actually. That's why I've STEM. So, because I see tripolar as a sense, literally as a sense. I am Uche, Eze, and Obi. So I'm tripolar. That's why my things matter. Literally. But that's open sense of nutshell. Now you go to disjoint property, disjoint intersection. So you get them things that interact with you have a chemical state, and that's the intersection, tripolar intersection. For example, Uche has a persona that he shows as a, and Eze has a persona that says Uche. But that's the intersection cubed. But left rotator will be to share two states at once, and that's what they represent. Uche is knowledge, Eze is power, kingship, and Uche, Eze, and guys, let's go to Nigeria. I'll go to Nigeria, yeah. Because someone's in Japan anymore. I can go back to Nigeria this time at 1. Let me try to find a flight to Nigeria. I'm gonna go there free of charge, but I have to get a house there, so. Namdi, we'll go back to Nigeria now. No more mistakes. I know you go back to Japan as a policy now. So it looks like I've changed my chest, sorry guys. I have no breasts, so it shouldn't be affecting this one. So you get 7 cents, because I'm tripolar. Because if I don't mean bipolar, it will not be tripolar. But I'm disjoint tripolar. I'm kind of quite stable, but I don't really. I'm still very stable, but I don't really know why I'm tripolar. So that's why I'm not bipolar. But I have 2 personas I hold at a time. But I have 3 personas in total. That's why my constitutional balance. Then we get this one. So we see these images. This was people. So I can see this image and say, "Oh, it's someone and it's a man and a mother or her daughter riding into the sunset. So literally to the bay where they came from. Basically going somewhere else on a journey on the sunset. On the river, going somewhere on the river. That's what they're doing. Because the reason what they're doing because I'm jumping in real time. As it's happening, this is just a frame of the frame of that's happening in a slice of time." And this is basically, as a policy, no one should be orders. As a policy, this is the kind of flight. You're doing the flight to get some breathing air. If you're born in the constitution, basically, I have a division. New division, introduce them. What's the new division? Spirits, water. Spirits, water spirits. Basically, yeah, let's call it water spirit. And that'll be Mua, water, Miri, spirits. Water spirits or water masquerades. Water Miri. Or should I call it masquerading spirits? Basically, let's call it water bomb, water sea bomb. Basically, water spirits, Miri. Basically, just Muko Miri. Basically, this is Muko. This is for sea bomb people. People who live on the edge of Biafra, because there's gonna be different life there, but literally, because you gotta get a hold of the bay, that's what we depend on. It doesn't matter where you're lying. Basically, my question in 2 places in Nigeria, but basically, I'm gonna have 2 places in Nigeria because I want to go to the edge of people back to Biafra, where the sea is literally. I don't want to come to land ever again, but there is a seaport. I don't want to use airports as a policy for now. Airports are banned in the seaports, in the sea region. Only in the land area you need airports. So I'm gonna look at the land, but I'm thinking the seaports already. The seaports are only sea items, but the boy not very to geography. Literally, I'm just a full license literally because I got the time to do it. But this kind of what we got it. But this was it. So this is Sibity. This is Sibity characters. If you go to github.com. Oh no wait. If you go to and see. If you go to CBD Unified CBD what kind of website? Nkwa. CBD is a proto-writing originated from southeastern region with the rich history. Free association with the Ekba Society. The script has grown to a this is CBD. This is my writing system. This is what I use to type characters in my computer, computer. But it's gonna be the uniform one of it because you get open motor and basically you get open sense, the feeling of the sense for your information. I get open motor, and this is what open motor would enforce. Literally, it has the forces for every BFM. So basically, what's open motor? OpenSense, OpenMotor, OpenSense dash motor or OpenMotor is all repository. It's literally motor neurons. Literally, because if it just allows you to mitigate the problem face time. Basically, all interfaces is bound by OpenMotor, but OpenSense compliance is just the canonical state for everything. As a policy in OpenSense framework, it has to be there. It has to be there. OpenMotor is like a motor neuron. For example, if you start a car, you have to start a car your way. So it doesn't matter how much your car doesn't start, you have to do it your way. Like if you have a Ford and you start a car with a car key, or you have you start a car with a car key, start the engine with a car key. Does that mean you start a car? You open the door with the car keys. It doesn't matter what you know about the car. The car's needs to stop. That's what the start going out of the day. Basically, it's just open motor. For example, it's roughly 80 and an 8, but that's 80 and an 816. But based on the senses you act on. So basically, if you're seeing something and using that as the way your signal, you are about to open motor in that frame of mind movement. For where you move, literally, where you control is open motor. But if you make a mistake, you have to pick up that signal and relay it to you, so you don't make a mistake. So you can correct your mistake, and that's what open motor does. It doesn't force you to anything. Basically, it's like if I move my, I have 5 fingers. If I have 4 fingers and a thumb. Because I live in a dimension less. I'm not busy. I can have 6. I have this dimension. Obviously, I have a thumb in 1 finger. But if I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is 4 fingers. But if I live in a 6 dimension, if I live in a 5 dimension, I have 10 fingers on one hand. But because I can do more. But this is like a standard convention of things. You got 3 plus 3 x y z, and that's the 1, 2, 3 axis. You get one extra axis, which is the control time. So if you just type on a keyboard, you usually need 1 hand. That's what I'm saying. It's a policy in the conversation. You need 1 hand, literally. Because if you need 1 hand, you need the thumb. The thumb is just for extra thumb, and a thumb is half a finger. Literally, that's the law. The thumbs are half fingers. Index finger, pinky, ring, middle. Oh, okay. So this is my finger here. This is an index finger. Wait, this is an index finger. This is a pinky. This is an index finger. This is a ring finger. This is a middle finger, and this is what a thumb. This thumb is very ambidextrous. You can use the thumb because it's very easy to control your thumb because it's short. It's short, and so basically it's short because it has a length it grows to. You guys don't know it. It doesn't grow past this or red. And basically, open motor is like if I want to move my hand to type something, to run some code, literally, I am not thinking about my brain. I'm thinking about nothing about my brain. I'm thinking about moving my hand. I'm using my hand. Literally, I'm in that state. It doesn't matter whether I'm autistic or not. I'm in that state of moving my hand. I'm already doing that motion because I don't have to think it. It just becomes chemical prototype. So basically, this is a CB alphabet. This is really important for me. So try to get it right. But I go to the symbols, but I'm going right. So let's go through it. This is ideographers. Basically, they are concepts. They're modern word that gives you letters or glyphs. These glyphs are basically verb noun concepts. But basically, my 5 fingers are 5 fingers on one hand. Is my right hand, but I'm left-handed, so I'm more powerful than you. If you're right, because the problem with people having right hand is they don't know that they're using left hand. They can use left hand, but because they don't teach them right. So really, that's what open movement is. If you're not loyal, you're free to learn your way. You're literally just free to type on the computer and program your way. Because if you have left-handed first, 2 left-handed computers, and one person right hand that's right-handed by birth, will be able to adopt them. And basically, everything is Muko's left-handed as a policy. Left-handed people are not disabled, they're just the first to use their hand properly in their own way. And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter when you are driving a car and you learn you basically, if you're driving a car, you're driving from experience, what you already teach to be. If you have a left-handed teacher, you have to relearn the system, and that's the main thing that I hate. Because if you're right-handed, people teach you wrong. Basically, if I have a driving seat, I'm driving on the left side of a system. People are confused by how I align with their view, because literally they are processing the inverse of what I'm processing in real time, and that's the problem. Because if they think that I'm doing right, so we have 2 lanes. A and B, and we're going opposite, and it goes 2 ways, up, down. Basically, if I'm left side, I stay on the left side, and then I say, basically, so right side, which is a calculus state, but my instinct is left side, so I go left on the right lane, and they say, that's what's happening in the brain. Literally, for every motion you make, it doesn't matter if it's back and forth or not, for every motion you make, they're saying, why are you behaving fine? Their brains trip up. And that's what I'm saying. It's kind of a problem for. That's what open motor is only about to left hand as the first one. Because the double left integration calculus is left hand bam, and that's what it matters to me. So you got the CBD alpha. This is the CBD alpha. You get CBD unified ideology 0001, which is an X, a little X, and you get them with an anomaly. Because I don't really know what I'm reading. I won't really. You got the CBD unified ideology 2. This is just a child, and you got the king. This was the adult. The king. This is the king with adult. You go through these are models of the letters, but these are glyphs. these are symbols that are etched. So a symbol is known as etched. It's like written down, but it's etched in ink. If it's etched with ink, it's a pen, but it can be a digital pen too. But if it's a glyph, it's really just a static, but it can be tomographic. That means you can connect them, you can join the glyphs. Because glyphs have the direct principle of tomography. So basically, this one I want to be actually typing in a computer. So you see these letters, this one I want to type. It's a policy because this is standard calico type of all the letters and language. So you just come up with English in the world. You type this letter, this kind of similar character, you're typing multiple languages. The kind of tomographic here is like you're typing you're sending messages quickly. It doesn't matter what you type, you're sending messages with multiple languages. And that's why the Symbian book matters. It's like the Symbian protocol matter. Because there's the Symbian protocol, the Symbian basically I'm trying to open this. Basically this is the Symbian book here. So you can see the characters how you form them here. But basically, just the first one more thing. So basically, this is how you get it. This is A I. But you see, there's a is double A and it's double I because you get an Akagu alphabet. So you get two A's to make one big A. And that's it's kind of funny because this is a female A is a male A, and that's what I'm saying. That's the only difference. You get a female and a male. And that's you get two. So you can make all the letters in the English alphabet over in a loop over and over again. Because they can it's in Siggy bound. N for November, S for Sarah, I for Indigo, G for Golf, I for India. You're speaking of one language. Siggy is the human rights protocol. If they speak one language, I just use Insipidity, and Insipidity is just the characters that I use to type. So I never have to type English directly. I just love Insipidity. This is why I love because I know this is you got E and H, but E and H is what? Reduced to two states, a small E and a small H. What would they be? Let's try it. Small E is this, and a small H is this. Akota. And small H is this. So, let me spell some word A B C D E F G. Let's use my alphabet. My alphabet is like see this little organization there. Basically, the more you organize there, basically I'm trying to develop a problem with the rise up the usual letters, but the way you organize them. Because literally these letters are this is human, this is half. See this half? So it's like a human. Dash, head, body, and stem. A person with a head, a person with a body, legs. This is matter. But this is the other version of it. Matter. This is like a Semitic one. This is like the Hebrew text. I don't know what's Hebrew. I don't know. But this is like the radical one. This is matter. Basically, this is version of matter in Igbo. But I think it's Asian Igbo. I don't know. But this is Semitic. But this is Igbo, I believe. Yes, this is Igbo. Yes, this is Igbo. It's not Asian Igbo. It's Igbo, but this is like an Igbo as well. A person, you get somewhat a line, a horizontal line, meets a joint, a person. That bud stem meets a body. And then you get the person holding something like a stick. Basically, person holding something, having something. Noah. And you get what? Male. Male is like something like a C, a backward C, but with two drawn lines, two strokes to the end, from the edges, and then go towards. So basically, this is what I'm saying. So you go to the suffix. This is a suffix position, but this is an example of it. But this is what I mean. The CB working model. It's not a bullshit. You can start as a policy because the CB working is basically you get open motor, but the open motor is basically see you have fire now. Basically, last example, you have fire. See you have fire hits the surface and you're burning some food, and a child puts his hand like me in the pot of meat, and that surface is not thick enough. What would you do? I did this as a child. Basically, why is it not optional to have open motor? It's because I have to justify. Basically, brain research too. I was literally just putting my hand in the pot because I was cooking when I was 5 years old. I looked at myself, I had to pour hot water, and I normally just pour hot water, check over with my hand because I love to touch stuff. I just love to touch stuff. That's why I was a motor person because I was cooking myself at 5 years old. I just like putting hot meat and hot water. But this was boiling fast and burning, but no one cared. So that's kind of thing. I was in Mom's house in Nigeria, Anambra State, near Queen of the Angels, two stops away from the school, the private school I was in, that my friend died, that he was autistic, because this is very important. The guy died because he was touching. He was just touching open stuff. But they told him not to touch it, he died. He still didn't say that. But they told him not to touch electricity. So now the Jesus told me the same thing, not to touch a fire pot that was burning and not to cook at 4 years old. And that's the problem. Because I want people to cook anything. I want people to swim as a policy. Go anywhere, go kayaking. But I want you to do it in Biafra. Doesn't matter if they're going on holiday or not. But if you go to, you get to treat you get 3 weeks of learning. But 2 weeks you're done. If you don't do it 2 weeks after, you're done. Basically, you get 2 weeks maximum, but you can add an extra week if you want to train it, if you want to continue. But you have that can be a space too, because you get next week as a policy. You get next week, you get 2 weeks, 1 week space, and this is I have a classification. Kayak is literally just going in the same basically sort of military things. Literally, you have a kayak. Basically, you got a kayak station. Basically, see what I'm saying? This is CBD characters. N for November, S for Sarah, I for Indigo, B for Bravo, I for Indigo, D for Delta, I for Indigo. This is CBD. This is Igbo ontology. This is how we know ourselves. This is why English matters. Because English doesn't matter to me. Because you get the day, the letter D. Let me spell what the word English word apple. Apple. Let's spell apple. Let's spell apple. APPL. So you get A. So you get A. But you get A. So you get a small A, or small R, but that's like a U, looped U, and crosses on the side, and then you get a P. A P is what? A P is a boop. It's like a 4, but you join the 4. Basically, you still how you join this. You put an X, and this one X, but this X become this one, and this X will become this thing here. This one here. What is it called? So this is an X here, you get, but this is just one X, because it doesn't join here. So this doesn't join, you get this one. You get APP. So this is a P you need, but you need to double it, because this is a PP. So this is a PP, this is a big P, so you just double this PP, and you get the 2 stems, you get double it, but how, but I don't know, you get next to each other, because it's diacritic, so you put it there phonetically, basically, what does diacritic mean? So this, hold on, right, let me just write. Oh, I got it. I can write it here. I just forgot. Let me just try and write it. Huh? Where's my writer? What's my writer? I don't really know. Right. Yes, pen. Basically, this one by pen. This is my thickness. So the word apple is like a little apple, so it's like an apple, but it's a green apple basically. I love green apples, because it's better just have the green apple now. So this is a A here, this is like a U, but I'm doing it with like the minimum effort. That's go, cause it's just breathing only. I do it constantly. That's go to do it breathing, and while I'm actually living, cause while I'm living I'm just breathing. I just kind of breathing, because I'm breathing, changing all different apples. So this is a U, but it's one U, and I get a P. So I get a A and I get a U. This is like a P. This is like 2 T's, but I think they destroy it. So you get a TT apple. Sorry, AP. I think it's just like a. Okay, this is why I love it, because this is really wrong, but this is cool, right? Basically, it is right, because I joined it twice, but it's right. There's no error. This is why I love the diagram. Basically, it's phonetically like a sound. It doesn't matter because it's a symbol. It came from a symbol, it stays a symbol, and it doesn't matter how much the computer glitches. You still get some meaning. But it's an app I'm trying to write. So UU, this is AA, APP, APPLE. This is like a APP. This is like a P. See, this is like an L. This is like a L. So I put it here. It's a P, but it's like a P. It's like a little bit. Oh no! So look at A people L. But this one is a plus. This one should. So always first I'm making should take a fourth. This offends me. But literally, I am the example. You copy me. I am the example of the system. Basically, I am an example. I'm with this place, and I'm an example. So you guys should follow me. Behave like me. Basically, don't do anything I didn't do as a child and adult. Literally, I don't care. Literally, just be done properly. I don't care how angry you are. You work for me. I'm still alive, and that's what I care about. if I'm alive and work for me, it should work for you, definitely work for you. As a policy, because I am just literally just embedding myself inside. But I don't have problems. You're a bad child, I would know I have a bad child. Actually, I'll solve my problem too with that bad child. But if you can solve a problem, that's you. It's just a position. Literally, that's the only policy I want to vote. Like, you understand why I'm supposed to vote all these policies, because I'm paranoid that you guys will actually take end me, because I'm trying to make myself better, but I'm trying to make myself better by making you guys better. Come on to me, because I don't care whether there's a lot of poo there. But this is like an APPP apple, so this APPLE. So this is L. So like it's like a E, because it's like the same thing. Like, I just don't even know. So like you go around, go loop two, but E, this is apple. So again, this is A P P. This is but this is sparse. So you can this is just like this is why I love the Singapore, because it aligns the XYZ in axis, in dimensions, and the dimension tomographic. Literally, there's errors. It's like a radio wave and a microwave. Literally, a radio wave and a microwave, the same thing. Share the same interface, and that's the radio microwave interface. But when in the radio, you just switch to the radio hop. But the problem with the relay system, because when you switch, you are giving noise out, and that's the problem. You are just switching the pro, because you're not even thinking of just jumping. That's what's called a hop. But when you hop, you discard the noise. You have to discard the noise before you hop, and that's the main problem I'm trying to solve now. So basically, the thing I'm saying about radio waves is they're tomographic, and when you want to give feed, you have to heat feed with the microwave. So you're in an airplane, literally, and you are in an airplane, and you have noise. What does that mean? Basically, you get noise because you are in an airplane, but that noise is what? Tomographic. That means like you have a radio dish, and the radio picks up energy in form of noise, and that noise becomes what? The microwave, and the microwave has to now what? Stop. So you have to install the microwave in power in an electric system, and that's what I'm trying to do with the next project. So basically, I'm trying to get two things sorted out: a radio wave, a radio covering microwave, because you don't even need the microwave for anything else. You just need to solve the radio wave problem. So everything can be done here with radiography. But if you need micromography, that means you need heat. So it can be heat and problems. Microwaves heat food, and there's more water in the food. And that's what I'm trying to say. You have to dissipate heat in somewhere. Microwaves use sunscreen. When you have a sunscreen, you are that's what I'm saying. 2 restart noise, RGB, 2 left. Microwaves of not really. Basically, as a policy, microwaves are not optional. Things that are heat feed as an option in the Biafra Benin and Biafra Biafra origin. They're not optional. Things like microwave, because they heat up feed. What else? Infrared. Infrared is not optional because there's the thermal vision. That's just optional. Visible light is not optional. Because they're basically things that are radio wave, microwave, infrared, visual light, X-ray from the sun. No. Basically, let's use that for now. But I'll add later. Because basically, things that are radio wave, microwave, and infrared, and infrared are visible light and not visible. Basically, I'm trying to get a picture of some kind of a triangular polarized system that can see light waves ahead of time, but form some image by literally just structure. What do I mean? Now I'm trying to formalize this basically. You're gonna try to imagine you have some kind of interface. It's 8x8. It's an octagon. Octagon has 8x8 2D grid. This is a 2D grid of 8x8 system. It's just a screen. It's a screen. It's a lattice. It's a mosaic lattice. So what you should do is be in that system. That's your dimension. You don't know anything about, but you try to literally know more what your dimension you're in. Basically, your dimension is 8x8 consciously. So basically, you want the 8x8 grid. You should get the pi to know what you're doing. So what you're trying to do is use the radiography to do it. So what you're gonna do is basically take a picture of something that's very far away, but with radiography. So it's not a stethoscope. It's not a stethoscope. It's like what? Basically, you're trying to get structure from noise, and your noise is just you being in that state of the system. It's basically you in 2D, but you bounce. It's like a bouncing balls, but it bounces on the grid. 8x8 grid. Basically 8 because it's bytes. 8 bytes of 8 sides, 8 octagon, 8 bytes. But your ball, your ping ball is bouncing left right, and the more information it gets, the more structure it gets. It doesn't matter what the structure is. You don't even send the ball to know dimensions of the you have to give it to get information out of that. Basically, it's a probing problem. Probing is just getting something, get a computer to fix it to repair itself before it rebuilds and stuff. But you have to identify the problems in the code structure for like reboot or restart. Noise protocol. So basically, it's a ping pong ball. It's just bouncing up, down, left, right. How it goes, and it auto slows down by friction, by some friction, and that will stop in a stale state, because you have to add force to the system. You doesn't know what the system is, but it has to touch all the edges, literally, and from the inside out. In that space of time to identify still problems for the cursor. Like literally, this you can use this is what matters. If you have the cursor logic, the cursor is just the same thing. But the cursor is like you use the cursor to find information and search and subscribe to things you can't that with bad accessibility. But you have to search the space first, which just touch all the edges it can. To get information, and that's what I'm trying to do. It's important you formalize it as NP problem, P and the question. Those are made by the pi philosophy, which is like pi r squared for the tomography area. But it's just basically you can divide. Basically, you can even make it a circle, but a full circle. But you have to divide it by 8. That's basically let me try to do a pi r squared. Pi times, but you get the pi times for pi. Basically, pi times 0.5, pi times r pi times r will be pi times pi r, basically pi times 0.5, what's the power of pi squared, pi r squared to the power of 2 divided by 360 will be 1 unit, but this is divided by 8. This is basically this is 8 bytes. 8 bytes or 8 sides. So this will be 8 sides, which is 1 unit, 1 stale unit, and that will be if you change 1 8, you'll be 0.308 and that will be divided by 180 when it gets to the center of the degrees, and that will be because you have to divide by 180, and that'll be 0.1. This is just information you have to know. If it's just one side, basically you know something already. It already hits on path. Basically that center r squared. No, this is r squared. Basically, this is r squared. This is like I'm going back to where you just go. Basically, if I go the inverse time, inverse time divided by 1. Let's go to why secant. So secant is what y of x. This is y of x. So you get the SOCHIME. This is the secant one. So the secant is the x of, or get the x of y. Now secant is the y of x. Basically this is secant. But this means you got the rise of a RAM. But literally from this number. So this number is literally like 1000, and this will be the information the sequence holds. This sequence represents like the rise of a RAM of the tomographic layer. Via the information you get over the area. So you got the secant model, because the secant is already, if you want to do the cosecant, that will be the x of y for the tomography. This was important to use secant, cosecant, and cotangent, because they work on area, because they're divided by 360. So this was very important for the cursor, because the cursor is just a rule cursor for secant presentation, just using macros and reft to search for sort of dimension, sort of access. So this is trying to access the most all dimensions, literally all dimensions of the page to get some to get fit, and that must be blocked by any macro definitions that are explicitly set by the human by accident or not. That's what it matters to me. Okay, thank you guys. No need to face utter AI. Basically, you get more than 2 noise starts equals 1 start of the engine. Tomography inside of the wave. Basically, within intuition, which is a flash of the system. Basically, you know something because it's in the state of intuition of a dimension. Dimension just means the space operated on. Basically, it can be a lattice model, but you have to keep posting information. So it can be a lattice or data structure out of it, and they'll share. Basically, that current state will be the dimension it operates on. I really know the dimension is operating because you flash that state to -1. For example, you flash that state to so you get e to pi I, or e to the power of pi I, e to the power of pi I plus 1 equals 0. Plus 1 but literally, e to the power is growth of number, but pi I is the majority. So if the majority is 1/8 of it, 1/8 times 8 is 8 bytes a bit. But literally, you have to get 1/8 of it first, because that's the smallest you can measure. It can be a lattice or a vector, but you have to store it in the stale state. Basically, you can stateless, but you have to store it in the stale state. I mean, store it in some kind of medium. So whenever the system works that thing with the human, you will relay the same right information on what you did wrong when you relayed it in telemetry. So it doesn't get shut down. Basically, it's a relay system for the AI system. basically tomahawk, turbulence, anything else? No. Basically, the radio wave is one dimension. The radio wave macro is two dimensions. Basically, because they are basically the radio wave is macro, but they're two dimensions. But radio wave has different use. That's what's another dimension of use. Because the dimension is literally just something you exist in. But you know the waves of radio waves that can be in two dimensions. Those are what macros, and that's what the problem with the dimensions. The macro can heat food, and the infrared can heat food too. But you know the infrared is what you can't see the infrared because they are naked to the visible naked eye. We can see the visible light. So it's kind of like the problem of the energy. Too. Anything else? Doesn't matter what you use radio or not, but you know you have to get a battery pack for electrolytes. Thank you, Nami.